support your local small business, especially the ones that are in the business of reminding us who we are, why we're here, and the unbelievable power that we possess as human beings. Now, this has all been hidden from us because most people that I talk to have no idea of their power, no idea of the depth of their divine eternal souls. And as a matter of fact, when you start talking to people about it, they tend to sort of kind of weird out a little bit and shy away from conversations about creator and universe and who we are and why we're here. Unfortunately, I have realized that most people think we're here to pay bills and die. And that is our programming. And this programming is reinforced almost every minute of every single hour of every single day. And if you think you're not programmed, well, you are. We all are, and it's not our fault. We didn't do this to ourselves. Um, Dark energy is in charge of making us feel powerless. So one of the things that I always try to talk to about people, as long as they will sit and listen to me, is who we really are, divine eternal souls, piece part and parcel of the fabric of the entire universe. We've seen memes on Facebook, you have stardust in your veins, and we think, oh, yay, that's so sweet, right? And then we go on to our jobs that we hate. And, here we are at Christmas time, right? The pressure to go into debt is high, right? I hear from young parents, the pressure to create that pile under the tree, to create that magic and that wonder of, that one day a year where you get every single thing that you want for no apparent reason, and then it's over. Yet here come the bills, right? And then we spend the rest of the winter trying to dig ourselves out of that hole that we have been programmed to create for ourselves. So I encourage everybody to think for yourself, to decide who you are. Don't let anybody tell you who they think you are, because very likely their opinion is coming from their own programming. So if it doesn't feel right in your gut, right, then disregard it and make your own decisions and move forward in your life how it feels right to you. At Christmas time, maybe instead of the giant pile under the tree that represents the debt that you will suffer with for who knows how long, maybe you just offer an experience. Maybe you just offer a service, right? Maybe you just offer yourself, right? Just as a friend, as a confidant, as somebody to turn to discuss what is going on in this world in a compassionate way that leaves us with hope and faith rather than fear and loss. And it is a daily struggle right now to not fall into fear and loss with everything that's going on in the world. And I want to remind you that you don't even really know the truth here. All you know is what is being told to you through the lens of control. And so I invite you to listen to your own soul, listen to your own higher self, your inner voice. Pose questions to the universe and listen for the answer. There's a thing you can do. You can write down on a piece of paper your wish, your dream, your question, your fear, right? And hold it between your hands and bless it, and then burn it, and then dig a little hole in your yard and bury those ashes in there. And then sit and wait for the universe to answer that query. It's not going to come to you in the form of, well, here's the answer to your question. It's going to come to you in a random way. So you have to be paying attention. And a lot of us don't pay attention. We think that we can set it and forget it, but faith and peace is an ongoing job. The intention has to be set in the morning before you even set your feet on the floor, that today is going to be a beautiful day and that you are going to rejoice and be glad in it. And that you are going to sit and ask your angels for help 10 times in the morning before you get out of bed. Because we all have angels. We all have angels, archangels, ascended masters, ancestors, relatives, loved ones that surround us every minute of every day. But they can't step in because of our free will. We have to ask for help. And if you ask the universe for help once, it increases exponentially. If you ask for it once, you get it twice. If you ask for it twice, you get it 4 times. So I like to ask for it 10 times in the morning. That equals 100 requests for help through a 24-hour period. And I figure that covers me pretty well. And it does seem to. But really, it's more about setting my intention for the day, because we all wake up and we say, how do I feel? How am I feeling? Today I woke up, I'm thinking about, you know, people in my past. And I say to the universe, why am I still thinking about these people? I have forgiven these people. I have released these people, yet, ooh, here they come. That little thing that they did that stuck with me for 40 years, right? So we do have to do a daily adjustment of our thought process, because if we just let it go, it's going to be like the coffee pot that you overfilled and now it's all over the counter and the floor and the cabinets, and then you have to clean it up. And before you know it, especially now, it's 4:25 and you think it's midnight. It's time to go to bed. Right? So you have to keep things in perspective. Yes, we're heading towards the longest day of the year, the longest night of the year. And in the olden days, that used to scare the hell out of people. And that's why they created all of these festivals of light and Saturnalia, right? Begging the universe to return the sun, right? Well, they just didn't know that it was going to happen whether they asked for it or not. So they fell into fear and they tried to mitigate that fear. And yet here they were walking all around in fear, right? That is like the biggest waste of time that I can possibly imagine. Now, as always with these Sunday services, I always ask Creator, Universe, okay, well, what is it you want me to talk about? And, I never get an answer. It's like, you'll know when it's time. And I'm like, okay. And that's worked out. Here we are again. I was directed to bring a few things to read. And I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to start with this piece right here, because this piece is just amazing. And please don't be offended if I use the word God. I know a lot of people are mad at God, okay? Because God, everybody thinks that God is in charge of everything. Well, God is not in charge of everything. God is an energy, just like me, just like you. And this particular piece I'm going to read to you is from a book called Conversations with God by Neale Donald Walsch, who has been somebody I have followed for quite some time. And so bear with me as I read this to you. Child of God, you were created to create the good, the beautiful, and the holy. Do not forget this. The love of God must be expressed through one body to another, because vision is still so dim. You can use your body best to help you enlarge your perceptions so you can achieve real vision, of which the physical eye is incapable. Learning to do this is the body's only true usefulness. Perfect love casts out fear. If fear exists, then there is not perfect love. But only perfect love exists. If there is fear, it produces a state which does not exist. Believe this and you will be free. Only God can establish the solution, because this faith is his gift. You who want peace can find it only by complete forgiveness. It is the privilege of the forgiven to forgive. When you are afraid of anything, you are acknowledging its power to hurt you. The universe is lonely without us, and we are lonely without it. I am here only to be truly helpful. I am here to represent Him who sent me. I do not have to worry about what to say or what to do because He who sent me will direct me. I am content to be wherever He wishes, knowing He goes there with me. I will be healed as I allow Him to teach me to heal. Everything that has happened in your life has happened perfectly in order for you and all the souls involved with you to grow in exactly the way you've needed and wanted to grow. You must learn to be gentle with yourself and stop judging yourself. So long as you are still worried about what others think of you, you are owned by them. Only when you require no approval from outside yourself can you own yourself. You teach what you have to learn. It is not necessary to have achieved perfection to speak of perfection. Seek only to be genuine, strive to be sincere. Guilt and fear are the only enemies of man. Awareness is what you seek, but awareness is not guilt, and love is not fear. Guilt allows you to not love yourself, and that kills any chance that you could love another. Be mobilized, not paralyzed. Blessed are the fearless, for they shall know love. And in writing this and in taking this piece of this book, I asked my own question, which was, then why am I happy one day and miserable the next? Good question, right? And this is what came to me, because it's what you choose every day, every morning when that brain turns on. That's where the choice is made. Choose well, repeatedly. All chosen states of mind reproduce themselves. Deciding ahead of time what you choose to be produces that in your experience. Whatever you are being, you are creating. When you give something to another with purity of heart because you see that they want it, they need it, that they should have it, then you will discover that you have it to give. When you want something, give it away. You will then no longer be wanting it. You will immediately experience having it. And if Satan exists, he exists as every thought you ever had of separation from God, from the universe. You cannot be separated from your creator. Man invented the devil to scare people into doing what they wanted under threat of separation from the universe if they did not. Condemnation, being hurled into the everlasting fires of hell, was the ultimate scare tactic. Yet now you need be afraid no more, for nothing can or ever will separate you from the universe. You and it are one. We cannot be anything else if the statement, I am what I am, is true. My purpose is to evolve, not to condemn, to grow, not to die, to experience, not to fail to experience. My purpose is to be, not to cease to be. Souls released from the body quickly remember to monitor and control their thoughts very carefully, for whatever they think of, that is what they instantly create and experience. If physicalized souls learn to control their thoughts as quickly and efficiently as spiritualized souls, their whole lives would change. In the creation of individual reality, thought control, or prayer, this is everything. The highest form of thought control is prayer. Therefore, think only on good things and righteous. Dwell not in negativity and darkness. And even when things seem bleak, especially then, see only perfection. Express only gratitude, and then imagine only what manifestation of perfection you choose next. In this formula is found tranquility. In this process is found peace. In this awareness is found joy. Your perspective creates your thoughts, and your thoughts create everything. And if you can remember it before you leave your body, not after, then your whole life will change. Assume a different perspective, and you will have a different thought about everything. In this way, you will have learned to control your thought. And in creation of your experience, controlled thought is everything. Practice constant prayer. Everything that has occurred, is occurring, and ever will occur is the outward physical manifestation of your innermost thoughts, choices, ideas, and determinations regarding who you are and who you choose to be. Therefore, condemn not those aspects of life with which you disagree. Seek instead to change them and the conditions which made them possible. Behold the darkness, yet curse it not. Rather be a light unto the darkness, and so transform it. Let your light so shine before men that those who stand in the darkness will be illumined by the light of your being, and all of you will see at last who you really are. Be a bringer of the light, for your light can do more than illuminate your own path. Your light can be the light which truly lights the world. Shine on then, O Illuminati, shine on. That's the moment of your that the moment of your greatest darkness may yet become your grandest gift. And even as you are gifted, so too will you gift others, giving to them the unspeakable treasure, themselves. Let this be your task. Let this be your greatest joy, to give people back to themselves, even in their darkest hour, especially in that hour. The world waits for you. Heal it now. In the place where you are, there is much that you can do. For my sheep are lost and must now be found. Be you therefore good shepherds, and lead them back to me, the created creator, the unmoved mover, the Alpha and Omega, the before and the after, the now, then, always aspect of everything. All right, now I'm going to leave you with just one more little reading here. I sit quietly and center myself, breathing deeply and fully. I feel myself firmly connected to the earth as I let the spirit flow through me. I let go of busyness and of anything that may be overwhelming me. I open myself to the new, to new possibilities, to a new day, and to the fresh new cells being constantly created in my body with every breath I take. I feel the refreshing inspiration of new opportunity coming my way. I welcome this new and wonderful time in my life, and I see it filled with goodness, creativity, and peace. I let go of the old, and I allow the new to come gently into my heart. Many beautiful blessings to every single person within the reach of this broadcast. Thank you so much.